I'm excited for that. Our next story involves the infamous Sharknado series.
Oh my god.
Do you know how many they've made?
5.
Yes. The 5th movie just premiered last night.
And I think that's 5 too many.
6th, yeah. Well, no. Okay. I will say this. Like, Sharknado, it's stupid. Like, it's dumb. Like, you always knew sci-fi original movies. Like, they did, like, Sharktopus. They did, like, giant man-eating piranhas and, like, cyber alligators and weird movies. But, like, Sharknado is the pinnacle of weird and stupid. Like, if you're going to waste your time, you might as well waste your time with the best, right? And Sharknado is that.
I don't waste my time. My time is too precious.
I'm going to have to look and see if Sharknado is on Netflix for new and retro.
No.
No?
No. There are far other better movies that I would much rather review than Sharknado.
It's the pinnacle of bad. There are far worse movies than Sharknado, I promise you. But
oh, I know.
No, it's become like a
Bigger, Fatter, Liar was probably worse than.
I didn't see it, but I can guarantee you Troll 2 or The Room, they trump Sharknado for sure. So, but Sharknado, the thing that I think is fun about it is because it is so aware that it's bad. Like, it's very tongue in cheek about everything. But the big story that was circulating is because Ian Ziering, the lead star of the franchise, was reportedly paid $500,000 for the 5th film, which had a budget of, I think, $3 million. So that's, 1/6 of the budget went to the lead star. But his co-star, Tara Reid, didn't make even a quarter of what he was paid. And there was an article on Vox by Alex Abad Santos, and he brought up the fact that, okay, Ian Ziering is being paid $500,000 for this, garbage movie.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, like, I don't know how these movies make money, to be honest.
What, the Sharknado movies?
Yes, because I know a lot of people see them, and I do know that they get a lot of publicity for sci-fi, because, like, there are some reports saying that, like, the films have garnered up to 5,000 tweets per minute. So it's like everyone's heard. If you have not seen Sharknado, if you don't watch sci-fi, you know Sharknado.
I think I figured it out.
Yeah.
Okay?
Okay.
You ready for this?
All right.
So I think it's like a photo of your grandma naked. Okay? Once you see it, you want to look away, but you can't. You know what I'm talking about?
No, I'm pretty sure I can look away. I'm pretty sure I can look away.
Like, have you ever watched those movies that are so bad?
Oh, absolutely. I love them.
They're movies that are so bad, but you can't look away.
Yeah.
And then they come out with a 2, and you sit there and say to yourself, a movie can be worse than that. And you go and see it.
Yeah.
And then they come out with another one. And they do that 5 times. People are just going to go,
well, the thing,
they can come out with something worse than that.
Yeah, well, the thing is, for me,
go see it.
Like, I enjoy bad movies. There are some bad movies out there I genuinely enjoy. Like, there's a certain pleasure in
like
seeing
what?
Them. Like Troll 2, like The Room. Oh man, I'm trying to think.
Because I remember you hated a certain movie, Disney movie, with a certain snowman in it when you originally saw it.
That's different.
And now you own said movie.
That is true. That's Frozen, for those of you who don't know what we're talking about. But the difference is, I didn't like Frozen. At the time, I even hated Frozen because of all the hype around it. But the difference is, Frozen, that was more like my opinion. I didn't think it was a good movie. Whereas, like, a movie like Sharknado is purposefully bad. Or maybe it's not. There's some... Well, Sharknado is purposely bad. There are some that don't even know they're bad.
I feel like the people who made it don't think it's bad.
Like I said, it's pretty tongue-in-cheek. I think they know what they're doing. But that's the only danger about these. I have not seen the sequels, But the thing is, sometimes you get the sequels to these movies and it ruins the joke. The joke is it was a bad movie, it was a goofy concept, but then once you start capitalizing on it, you start, uh,
Well, it's kind of like A Million Ways to Die in the West. You remember
mhm.
that movie?
I did not see it, but I heard about it. Yeah.
It was funny.
Mhm.
It was funny. It was dirty. It was Family Guy in real life. But it was bad. Like it was a good movie, but it was super, super, super dirty. But you won't see them making a second one. And that's a movie that people would actually go and see. Then you've got Sharknado.
But 5,000 tweets a minute. Someone's watching it.
Because it's so bad.
Exactly.
That's the problem.
Um.
This is the problem with our society. People watch bad movies and their sequels and don't go and watch the good movies.
Okay. There's actually some studies out there that, not to say correlation does not equal causation, people, but at the same time, they said, very, intellectual people, some very intelligent people actually enjoy bad movies. Like there's a correlate where it's like, and I notice that because I have like some of my friends where it's like I notice like they're some of my smartest of the bunch, and yet this I watch the stuff they watch and it's all garbage. But like they take pleasure in like deconstructing why it's garbage and like finding meaning out of it. Like it's weird, but it's true. I do believe it is a thing. Anyways, we're getting so off topic here.
No, we're not. We're still talking about movies.
Yeah, but
This is Movie Madness Monday.
I know. But my original point was in the Vox article by Alex Abad Santos.
Oh, is that what you were talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Um,
I lost track there for a little bit.
he brought up the fact that Gal Gadot, who played Wonder Woman in Wonder Woman, was only paid $300,000 for her debut as the superheroine. So that's 200,000 like Wonder Woman I think is like the biggest or close to movie of the summer. Um and she only made 300,000 and yet this guy is making 500,000 for, this schlock piece of garbage like whatever this is. Like it doesn't even make sense. And it the numbers can be disputed a little bit, if we want to play the numbers game, because technically, Chris Evans, when he first made Captain America: First Avenger, he was only paid about 300,000 for that movie. So, you know, it could be one of those instances where Hollywood has sort of figured, they've rigged the system. They figured out, okay, we are going to sign, these people for these big contracts. But since we're signing more or less unknowns or smaller actors, we're going to sign them in for big movies, which they know is going to help bolster their careers, but we're not going to pay them as much. So that could be, a studio trick right now. But at the same time, it does highlight the fact that there's that, pay gap between men and women still. That is, like, I'm sorry, that doesn't even make sense to me. How does Gal Gadot make 300,000 and this guy makes 500,000 for Sharknado 5?
Right.
Like the movie's budget was 3 million. He made 1/6 of the budget, if this report is right, went just for him.
Right.
And Gal Gadot only made 3. Something's not adding up here for me. So, fact of the matter is, start paying women more. They deserve it. There are some real success stories out there. I think it was about a year ago now that Robin Wright campaigned against Netflix to be paid just as much as her co-star Kevin Spacey, and she ended up winning. So for House of Cards, and yeah, start treating women with respect. So they deserve it. They do just well. I'm going to argue they work harder than men. So because we don't treat them equally, which means they have to work, twice as hard as us in order to get, half the respect. So, Yeah, start paying women.
Right.
Just do it. Like I don't even know how to like continue this conversation anymore at this point. Like we have it so often. I'm not talking about on the show, but like in general in life.
We do have it
And
on the show so often, though.
we do, yeah. We have talked about this a number of times, but the point is, like, why are we still talking about this? Like, how is this a thing? People, get your act together. Come on, get real. I don't know what else to say about this. So we're going to move on to a happier topic. So
Happy, happy, happy.
happy, happy, happy. Uh,
Happy, happy.
changing subjects, calming down, finding my zen. In a Heartbeat was a short animated film that was released this week. And it like if you see nothing else this week, take 4 minutes out of your day to watch this short. So it's like the best thing ever. It was created by Esteban Bravo and Beth David as their senior thesis film. They both majored at Ringling College of Art and Design in Florida, and the project was funded via Kickstarter. So In a Heartbeat is basically, like I said, it's an animated short about a boy who develops a crush on one of his classmates, and his heart literally bursts from his chest and risks outing him as a, gay boy. Um, it's really cute though. Like it's so cute. Um, the video has garnered, I think, over 21 million views in like a week, and that's on YouTube alone. I don't know about other platforms. And both of the creators have attributed a lot of its success to the, desire to see more LGBTQ plus representation, specifically within children's media.
Right.
So, and yeah, like to me that was the cool part about seeing this, because so often specifically talking within children's media, uh gays are still like off limits. So it's considered, corrupting children to mention uh sexuality, which to me is kind of wrong. No, not kind of, is. And a lot of that for me is because, LGBT people, it's not like, it's not, they're being demonized for their sexuality. It's not like, we throw on, some Disney movie and we have, naked, people having sex or anything. Like it's not like that. It's, the romance between it. Like you see a boy and a girl, kids or whatever, they kiss in a movie and you don't think anything of it. But if you see, a guy and a guy or a girl and a girl, automatically the sexual nature is tossed into the mix. And I don't think that's really fair, because that's not the case with heterosexual relationships. And for the few, LGBT roles that do exist in kids' media, most times it's, kind of lame. I'm not going to lie. For those of you who saw the Beauty and the Beast live action remake this past year,
fantastic.
Agree to disagree, but my point being, LeFou was actually meant to be a gay character, and they made this huge, media buzz about it.
It was very subtle.
Yeah, it was one scene at the end where
Not
he
really,
danced
no.
with another guy.
Not really. No,
No.
the whole movie I could see it.
Well, he was coded as gay, which I'll get to in a second, but there was nothing inherently to indicate
but
that
then
he was.
But then you missed the point, or you missed the part when that guy originally dressed up like a girl.
I know.
And he kind of smiled and was like, ah.
I know, like I said, but at the same time, like, it's a very short scene. It wasn't even really, I don't even think that was a speaking role. And that was it. But we made this huge buzz. It's like Disney's first openly gay character. And it's like one clip at the end where he dances with another guy. And that was it. Like, did I miss something? Like, I want more gay. I want another romantic partner or something. Like, nothing. So, Um,
Yeah, but you've also got